Again, good morning, everyone. My name is Maria May Papa, and I'm the Business Development Manager of Niagara College, Toronto. This morning, I would like to discuss to you, of course, about Niagara College, Toronto programs, why study with Niagara College, Toronto, why Canada, why Toronto, admission requirements and application process, student services, career support, housing or accommodation, and of course, after the presentation, you can ask your questions and we will have that, of course, we will answer whatever question that you have. Okay, so this is the international recruitment team for Niagara College, Toronto. Our Vice President for International Student Recruitment is Marina. Director of Student Recruitment is Rishi Kumar. Regional Director for Southeast Asia is Sandra Tenorio. These are all my colleagues, all the business development managers. So this is me for the Philippines. We have India, Brazil, Mexico, other countries in Latin America. We have Vietnam, China, Korea, Nepal, and of course onshore in Canada. So Niagara College, of course, probably most of you heard about Niagara College already. Niagara College has been marketed to the Philippines for years. It is one of the established public institution in Ontario, Canada. I would like to introduce to everyone in partnership with the Toronto School of Management, the newest campus of Niagara College, Toronto campus. Okay, so as an international student, once you finish your program or study in Niagara College, Toronto, of course, you're going to get Niagara College credential. And since we are a public school, all the programs that we are offering will give you an eligibility to apply for a post-graduation work permit or the PGWP, which is very, very important. Now, since the location of our school is in downtown Toronto, this is the center for business, culture, tourism. But I may compare it to the Philippines. It's like Makati area or GC area. So our programs are tailored to the location. So we have undergraduate diploma business general. We have postgraduate certificate programs in international business management, human resources management, and hospitality and tourism management. Okay, so why you should study with Niagara College, Toronto? So this is a very good question. So let me tell you the advantage in studying in Niagara College, Toronto. Again, we are in the heart of Canada's business. This is the business area in whole Ontario. So if you will think about your potential circumstances once you are in Canada, okay, let's make it like, a simple scenario. After my webinar, I always get a question immediately. The first question that a participant would ask, are we going to get a job immediately? Okay, this is everyone's concern. Yes, it's normal because, of course, as an international student, it's very important for you to be able to sustain your living in Canada. And you are allowed to do the work, of course, part-time job while you are doing your study. So it is really like the main concern of everyone. So if that's the case, then Niagara College, Toronto is the perfect school for you because of our location. Okay, it will give you an advantage in terms of job opportunities since we are in the business area. And of course, it comes with a very good transportation, which plays a very important role as well in, achieving that goal in having part-time jobs and, traveling from one place to another, make your life easier. Because in the city of Toronto, there is a subway train which is connected to the whole city. So imagine if you're going to do your part-time job, let's say 3 hours from one job, you need to chop off, next job, 5 hours probably, the next job again. So if the transportation in the area is not as good as like Toronto, which is probably the case if you didn't check the location of your school properly, you just applied, didn't even bother to check that, then let's say a scenario, the school is somewhere in the countryside. Okay, you'll never know. Canada is huge, so you need to check properly. So probably the means of transportation is only buses and interval probably 1 hour. So you went to the bus stop, you missed the bus, you need to wait for another hour. And this is winter time. So you'll be freezing there, okay, waiting for the next bus. So you'll end up losing your time, losing your job. Okay, so this is the possible scenario that you need to think about. That's why this is the big advantage in studying in Niagara College in the city of Toronto. When the service of the train is done for the day, you don't have to worry if you have a part-time jobs at night because there are buses who runs 24 hours. Okay, so hindi kayo mauubusan ng biyahe. Continuous ang transportation. So again, this is a very big advantage. And of course, in terms of facilities, our school is located within Education House, Toronto. This is a 35,000 square feet of space. We have newly renovated classrooms, computer labs, state-of-the-art auditorium, student lounge, student-run cafe, and many more. And of course, we are offering high-quality programs which will give you an eligibility to apply for a PGWP later. And we have a world-class student services and career support, which I'm going to discuss to you on the next slides in details. Okay, so why Niagara College, Toronto? Of course, you need to check the reputation of the school. Where are you going to study? I mean, we are Niagara College. Niagara College, again, is one of the established public institutions in Ontario, Canada. It was established in the 1950s. It has 3 campuses. The main campus is with the Welland campus. We have Niagara on the Lake campus, and now the one I'm discussing to you this morning, the Toronto campus. Niagara College is the #1 Canadian research college. Okay, we're not #2, we're not #3, we are #1. So when you apply for a job, then when they see that you graduated from Niagara College, it is based on research that 91% of employers were very satisfied with Niagara College graduate that they hired. So there's always a high chance or a high possibility that the Canadian employer will hire you. That's how good the reputation of Niagara College is. Now, in terms of the student satisfaction, I'm very proud to say this is quite an achievement. We are ranked #1 college in student satisfaction for 8 consecutive years, leader among 24 other colleges in Ontario. So meaning to say, the students who studied in Niagara College, they are very satisfied. This is in terms of everything. Of course, in terms of the education, in terms of the facilities, their experience in studying in Niagara College. Okay, now why Canada? This is a very good question as well. I know there's a lot of countries popular for international study. I mean, no doubt about that, but let me tell you why Canada is the best country for everyone. Okay, we are in the pandemic. Probably most of you, aware that most of these countries, the borders are still closed. So you get your visa for a certain country, then there's no point because you cannot travel. I know a lot of people for a certain country, they applied since last year, they get their visa more than a year already, it's nearly finishing. They have no option until now waiting because the border are still closed. I mean, if you want to be in that situation, this pandemic is holding our lives too much already. I mean, the only option for us is to move forward. Okay, then anyway, it's up to you. But this is only in my opinion because nothing will gonna happen to us if we're going to wait and wait in this pandemic. We don't know when it is going to end. But anyway, the good news for everyone is Canada's border has been open since October 2020. So it was last year. So anytime you get your visa, depends on your intake, at least 28 days before the intake, then you can travel to Canada. As long as you meet, of course, the requirements, the vaccine and the protocol for the quarantine, then you'll be okay. And Canada is consistently ranked as one of the best countries in the world and currently the #1 best country for quality of life. If you do your research properly, you will know that Canada is a land of possibilities. That's why many international students choose Canada because studying in a public school like Niagara College will give you an eligibility to apply for a post-graduation work permit. I mean, not all countries is doing this. Canada is one of the few countries who will give you this kind of opportunity. Of course, Canada is considered one of the safest country in the world, not just for international students, but for everyone. You finish your education in Canada, it's going to be recognized worldwide. And of course, it's very affordable compared to other countries, even the cost of living. Okay, and there's a lot more. So you'll find out once you are in Canada, you'll see how amazing this opportunity being an international student studying in Niagara College, Toronto, going to Canada. Okay, let's talk more about the Toronto because the location of our school again is in downtown Toronto. So what's in Toronto? So Toronto is one of the most multicultural cities in the world. So with 250 nationalities studying, working, living in it. So it's very diverse. Hindi kayo mahihirapang mag-adjust once you are in Toronto. And of course, some of these nationalities, mga kababayan, Pinoy. So hindi siya ganun ka, okay, wala akong kakilala, I don't know anyone here, I don't have a relative, it's our nature, it's within us Filipinos that we are very friendly. So if you see people there like kababayan nga Pinoy, it's not gonna be that that much for you to handle everything up. Even if it's your first time traveling to Canada, they can help you in some ways. And of course, Toronto is ranked as the fourth safest city in the world. So even though this is one of the biggest city in whole Canada, this is very safe. Okay. And again, this is a perfect location for you because after your study, since this is the city which is, you know, the center for business and finance. So after you finish your study, it is the best place for you to step up or move up to the career ladder in your dream job in the future. And of course, as an international student, it's very important that your experience in Canada should be very, very enjoyable. You know, you'll have a good experience, not just study, not just work and stuff. So the good news is Toronto is full to the brim of shopping centers, museum, galleries, restaurant, parks, and theaters. So there's always something to do. Okay, you like shopping? Okay, shopping centers everywhere. There are outlets as well for, you know, brands like Michael Kors, Coach, and stuff. If you want to go to the museum, galleries, of course, you'll see world-class arts here. And then go to the restaurants, all cuisines, different restaurants, everything is in there. You go to the parks, especially if the weather is nice. Of course, it could be very, very enjoyable because the parks is huge. It's not just a small piece of land in this big city, okay? Springtime comes, the first thing you will see in the parks, cherry blossoms, Instagrammable, post sa Facebook. I know we like social media, so it would be very enjoyable experience for everyone. Weather change, season change, I mean, then summertime comes, so weather is hotter, then you have more activities to do, okay? Outdoor activities. You can do cycling in the park, yoga, picnic, exercise, whatever you want to do, and it's for free. Again, it's very, very important to have a balance, okay? You have nature, you have, you know, your time to do leisure, and you have to like balance with work and your education. So it could be very, very enjoyable experience for you being an international student studying in Niagara College in the city of Toronto. Everything is in here already. Okay, so we talk now about the programs. The first program that we have is undergraduate diploma business general. So who are the people eligible to take this program? If you are a high school graduate in the old curriculum, we are requiring you to at least have a qualification or had a qualification up to second year college equivalent. Okay, so whether it's a vocational program, associate degree, or undergraduate kayo ng bachelor but you managed to finish completed ang second year college, then you can apply for this program. If new curriculum kayo graduate, of course K to 12, you're very eligible to take this program. This is for 2 years. We have 3 intakes in a year. We have January, May, and September. One semester tuition fee is 8,087.60. Okay, if you're going to want to know how much is the tuition fee for the 2 years, you times it by 4 because there are 4 semesters in 2 years. So we only right here in the presentation 1 semester because this is the only amount that you need to settle to apply for the visa. Now, if you're going to ask me, kailangan na bang bayaran ka agad ang 8,087.60 to be able to be admitted to the school? Then the answer is no. Okay, you don't need to pay that yet. As long as you meet the admission requirements, you can apply. You just need to pay 100 Canadian dollar and we will issue the letter of acceptance. Okay, but since you attend our webinar today with Proactive, then you don't need to pay anything. Okay, and of course, there's a deadline for the payment for the tuition fee. It's written in your LOA, depends on the intake. Okay, so kung intake is January 2022, May 2022, it depends on the intake. Okay, so it's up to you when do you want to settle that, but I highly suggest before you apply for a visa. Okay, because it's very, very important that at least the immigration officer sees that you paid your tuition fee already for 1 semester, will give you a higher chance for a visa approval already. Okay, at the end of the day, we need a visa. You don't get a visa, then you cannot come to Canada. You cannot study to Niagara College, Toronto. So once you finish this program, you can apply as a business analyst, a customer or corporate service representative. You can work as an entrepreneur, frontline production supervisor, can work in a government or nonprofit role, and a marketing specialist. Okay, so now let's discuss about the postgraduate certificate programs. First program that we have is International Business Management. So are the people eligible to take this program? You should have a bachelor degree. I mean, like if you have a very contrasting background, then it's okay to take international business management as long as you can justify it in your study plan. Especially like if it's really like in a sense that your educational background, work experience is very contradicting, then I highly suggest that you should apply for this program. So a good example is you're a nursing graduate, but you didn't manage to work in the healthcare industry. You work instead in a call center or in business industry or any other industry. So you can apply for this program. Okay, so this is for 1 year. Intakes, we have again 3 times a year, January, May, and September. Tuition fee one semester is 8,357.35. Then second semester, babayaran na once in Canada for the second sem. So again, installment siya. You don't need to pay the whole tuition fee. So once you finish this program, you can apply as a customs broker, distribution and logistic administrator, foreign trade consultant specialist, import-export manager, can work as an international banker, international marketing and sales associate. Now, this is just an example. Of course, this is not limited to this career opportunities only. Can apply in any job in Canada as long as it suits your qualification. Okay, so second program is human resources management. So if you have a degree in human resources or you're a psychology graduate or you have a work experience related to human resources industry, then you can apply for this program. Of course, bachelor degree holder. This is for 1 year, same intake and same tuition fee. Okay, so once you finish this program, you can apply as a benefit coordinator, a compensation specialist, a human resources generalist, labor relation officer, and so on. And it comes with 300-hour field placement or like co-op. So if you think you have the eligibility to apply for this program, I highly recommend because this is one of the highest paid occupation in Canada. Pag natapos nyo, mataas po ang salary. So third program is hospitality and tourism management. So of course, you should have a bachelor degree related to hospitality and tourism management or work experience related to hospitality and tourism management. I mean, if you don't have in all the programs with this kind of relevance in your education and your work experience, as long as you can justify well in your study plan, then you still can take the program. I mean, it's up to you. There's no restriction anyway that you cannot take a certain program anyway in Canada, but again, you should at least justify well in your study plan. So a good example on this one, this is how to give you an example how the assessment in terms of the education and the work experience goes. Remember the video I have played earlier with one of our students. Her name is Erica. She was a nursing graduate in the Philippines. Then nag-abroad, nakapunta sa UAE. Then she managed to apply as a stewardess. So nagkaroon siya ng experience in the hospitality and tourism industry. That's why she applied sa Canada at nag-aral ng hospitality and tourism management now in Niagara College, Toronto. So this is how it goes. Anyway, it's kind of like of course after everything you'll have a proper assessment with Proactive so they can recommend you the right program. So this is for 1 year and intakes 3 times a year, January, May, and September, and same tuition fee as well, 1 semester. So after you finish this program, you can work in a convention or conference center, you can work in a destination marketing, hotel industry, and tourism operations. Again, not limited to these career opportunities, of course. And I always said in my webinar then that being an international student, you need to invest. This is an investment, okay? Because hindi kayo pwede na wala kayong gagastusin. Because kahit dito naman sa atin sa Philippines, kahit ang mga school dito ang mahal na rin. We all know that, okay? So how much more pa sa ibang bansa like Canada? But the thing is, the good news is very flexible and the school offers installment payments for the tuition fee. And let me tell you why this is a very wise investment. Okay, you invested 8,000 Canadian dollar, let's say, then you apply for a visa, nakakuha ng visa, nasa Canada na, of course, nag-aaral na in Niagara College, Toronto. During your study as an international student, you're eligible to work part-time while you're doing your study per week, 20 hours. Okay, during holidays in Canada, you can work full-time. During your semestral break, you can work full-time. So ilan ang semestral break in one semester? 2 months. Okay, after one semester, then second semester comes, same scenario, 20 hours per week during your study, then full-time during holidays in Canada, then another 2 months ng semestral break, you can work full-time. So imagine ninyo, yung in-invest ninyong 8,000 Canadian dollar, na-earn nyo na yan within that year that you are studying sa Canada. Okay, tapos na yan, ang bilis ng 1 year, hindi mo na malayan, tapos na pala, here comes the second year in Canada. And again, you're eligible to apply for a post-graduation work permit. Okay, so naka-work permit na under the PGWP, working full-time for 1 year. So yung 8,000 again na in-invest ninyo, kinita na ninyo na in 1 year. Sa second year na double na triple na, and sobra-sobra na yung bumalik sa atin. Okay? And again, this is a very good investment because ang laki ng return of investment sa atin. Okay? It's not just eto lang sa pera-pera because as an international student, you'll be eligible to bring your family with you in Canada. And your husband or your wife or spouse can work while you are studying. If you're in the 1 year, your husband or wife is working. And then on the second year, you're in the PGWP, the husband and the wife still working. So imagine yung return of investment sa inyo. And of course, your children. The children, you can bring your children in Canada as well. They can study for free until high school in Canada. I mean, gaano kaganda at gaano kalaki yung return of investment sa inyo, you know, investing 8,000 Canadian dollar and having all these kind of opportunities and security sa future ng buong pamilya. Okay? So this is how, that's why I always say that being an international student is an investment because para ma-realize din natin that it's a very good investment wherein ang laki ng babalik sa atin. So I hope you really think about this amazing opportunity, and of course we can discuss everything in the question and answer portion with Proactive later on. Now let's go to the admission requirements. So it's very simple lang. High school graduate kayo, old curriculum. Sorry. But manage, again, dapat naka-second year college qualification. So we just need your high school diploma, Form 137, and your college DOR up to second year college, and a copy of your passport. K-12 graduate, K-12 diploma, K-12 DOR. Now, postgraduate certificate programs, we just need your college diploma and your college DOR and your passport. In terms of the proof of English proficiency like IELTS, PTE, Duolingo, TOEFL, English certificate, no need na po. Again, we don't need that anymore. Okay, scholarship. So I have good news for everyone. We are offering 1,000 Canadian scholarship. Automatic itong awarded sa first semester. Okay, so you apply sa school again through Proactive, of course, and then kapag apply na nila, once you get your letter of acceptance, makikita ninyo deducted na kaagad yung 1,000 Canadian dollar scholarship para sa inyong one semester tuition fee. Now, pag nandun na kayo sa Canada, sa second semester, pag na-maintain ninyo yung grade niyo from the first semester of 80% of your grade, then you will be eligible to apply for another 1,000 scholarship. Okay, so parang 2,000 yan. So kaya lang, kailangan yung i-maintain yung grade nyo, of course, doon sa second semester, which is kayang-kaya natin yan. So in terms of the student services, we help, of course, our student in terms of academic advising and guidance, career advising, co-op services, health and wellness, social activities, housing and airport pickup until your orientation. So na-remember nyo kanina, I have mentioned kung gaano ka-accessible yung school natin, kung gaano kaganda ang transportation in the city of Toronto. So ito yung map ng subway, okay, subway train. So underground train yan, and then if you can see, may mga lines, okay? So there's a yellow line, a purple line, a green line, a blue line, and connected yan to each other. Okay, as long as nag-meet yan sa isang station, then ibig sabihin you can switch and then go to the line kung saan nandun yung station, kung saan kayo bababa. So this is how it works. So you can see here in the middle, yung may circle ng red, andyan yung location ng school natin. So it's very accessible. Nasa center tayo. You get off the station, walking distance, school na agad. Again, imagine nyo you're doing a job, palipat-lipat, tingnan nyo kung gaano ka convenient. Okay? Probably going from one station to the next or the third station, it will only take you 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so you won't lose time and mas maximize niyo yung opportunity nyo in terms of the job opportunities. Okay, so career services support, this is how it works. The moment you start your programs in Niagara College, Toronto, we help our student immediately in terms kaagad of preparation. Okay, we will prepare you in terms of personal branding, career development, workshops, resume writing, pati pagagawa niyan because iba ang format doon ng resume. Okay? Mock interviews, pa-practicing kayo how to answer interviews. Of course, we will support you through the job application process 100%. We will link you to all the networking events, all the career fair, all the job opportunities. Lahat ibibigay sa inyo ng ating career services support, and this is 100% help from the school. Okay, so minimum wage in Ontario or in Toronto, Canada, it's 14.25 per hour. Again, as an international student, you're eligible to work 20 hours per week during your study, and then you can work full-time during holiday in your semestral break in Canada. So as an international student, you can potentially earn from 4,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollar per year. Okay, so another good news to everyone, since we have a partnership with Toronto School of Management. So kung nakita nyo lahat dito sa screen, yung mga companies na yan, this is available na kaagad sa mga student ng Niagara College Toronto na pwede nyo nang applyan immediately once you are there. So again, ang ating advantage, location, unang-una na, we are in the business area. So, andyan na lahat ng job opportunities. Second, career services support. Ipa-prepare kayo in terms of everything, including practice ng interview, mga resume writing, personal branding. Ililink kayo sa lahat ng mga job opportunities. Plus, eto, ready companies na where you can apply immediately. So, at least assured kayo na mataas na kaagad yung possibility na makakahanap agad kayo ng trabaho. Okay, so in terms of housing or accommodation, amount that you have your visa before you travel to Canada, wala pa kayong accommodation because you don't know anyone or in some ways that wala kayong ma-find out. So you can just go to our website, housing at niagaracollegetoronto.ca. So it will give you two options. Casa Toronto for Stay Canada, it's like Airbnb. Okay, so ando na lahat, depends on your budget, of course, from the cheapest to the highest location, mamili na kayo. At ang good news sa partnership with them is they won't ask for any advance payment or deposit like yung mga one month advance, 2 months deposit pa, wala nang ganun. Kung magkano lang yung binook ninyo, yun lang ang babayaran ninyo. Okay? And once you are in Canada, of course, kapag nakapag-explore na kayo and nakakita kayo ng mas better accommodation, mas mura, walang problema, you can cancel anytime. There's no charge for cancellation. Okay, so let's talk about the PGWP. How does it work? So you study a 1-year program, for example, postgraduate certificate program. It will give you the same duration of 1 year then na PGWP. Kung undergraduate kayo, of course, yung ating 2 years na diploma, it will give you up to 3 years na rin na PGWP. Now, palagi rin I encounter question, ang gusto is up to 3 years. Okay, wala pong problema. Mag-apply lang kayo ng second program. So, naging 2 years na yung inyong duration ng study. Pag nandun na kayo sa Canada, ina-apply yung second program. Okay, so naging 2 years na yan. So, it will give you an eligibility up to 3 years na rin po na work permit. And it's very, very okay. Hindi siya mahirap gawin. So, you do not need to worry because actually a 1-year program is a very flexible program kasi at least you have the options. Okay? So, hindi ka na force ka agad na, okay, kailangan ko ganito para lang mahaba ang PGWP. I mean, it's up to you, but this is how it works. And this is the end of my presentation. If you have questions, then you can ask it now.
Thanks for that, Miss Maria. So let's move forward na po sa ating Q&A. So sa mga attendees po natin and sa ating Facebook Live viewers, if may mga questions po kayo, please feel free to enter lang po sa ating Q&A box below at saka sa ating comment section para ma-address po natin yun. First question, why hindi na po need mag-take ng IELTS? I think mas ma-explain mo po ito, Miss Maria.
Okay, Kasi po, ang IELTS po is, it depends yan sa, of course, then sa rules or sa school or whatever. But sa amin po kasi, ang Philippines is, isa lang tayo sa Southeast Asia na exempted tayo. Okay? Because mataas po yung ating level ng English. Kaya hindi na nila nire-require. Now, kung ask nyo sa akin, bakit yung ibang school is nag-ask, then I don't know about them. But in our school, this is from our admission, was everything implemented that hindi na namin kailangan for Filipino students lang. Other countries namin na we're marketing Niagara College, like Vietnam, other parts of Southeast Asia, Latin America, lahat sila may mga IELTS. Kaya we're very lucky that we are one of the few na hindi na natin kailangan yan. Now, in terms of kung i-ask nyo naman na required ang IELTS sa application ninyo in the future in the Canada or whatever, let's say PR or whatever, it will not be useful for you now then. Kasi 2 years lang po ang validity ng IELTS. So pag natapos nyo lahat yung 1 year study nyo plus the second year ninyo ng PGWP, expired na. Okay? So that's my answer to that.
Okay, great. Thanks po for that. Next question, how many years again for International Business Management and how many years for PGWP? Okay. Remember po, kung ilang years yung duration ng studies nyo po, ganun din yung years ng duration na possible nyo makuha for your PGWP. So, for the case ng sa Niagara College Toronto campus, International Business Management is for 1 year. And if matapos mo yung program na yun and then you'll take another 1 year program na graduate certificate, your total duration of study is for 2 years. Now, pag nag-apply po kayo ng postgraduate work permit nyo po, minimum na makukuha nyo is same din na 2 years, and then maximum na makuha nyo postgraduate work permit is 3 years po. Okay, next question po, how much po yung registration fee do you accept po with dependent? Registration fee, I think this is for the application fee ng sa Niagara College Toronto, which is a waive na po ng Niagara College Toronto campus if mag-a-apply kayo sa amin. Kami magsasubmit na application nyo. And then kami magsubmit sa application nyo sa Niagara College. And then they accept po with dependent. If regarding sa visa application na mag-a-apply kayo with as family, yes po. Ito yung pinaka-highly recommended actually if you'll be applying for visa application to apply na as family. Pero of course, may mga factors na kailangan din na kino-consider like for the funds or kung kaya ba or hindi. So it will depend na po doon sa applicant. Okay, next question po. Are these the only courses you are offering from Niagara College or we can choose from their website? Miss Maria?
Yeah, the Toronto campus, as I've mentioned, because we're in the middle of the city, this is like we're more on business program lang. So if you think that hindi nag-fit sa qualification ninyo, then walang problema. Just submit your CV or resume to Tin, and she can recommend you to our main campus because most of the programs we have is in the Welland campus. Okay, so you can do that if you want.
Okay, next question po. Okay. Okay. Next question. I'm a pharmacy graduate and want to enroll to human resource management. Will I be qualified? In terms for admission requirements, I think si Niagara College Toronto campus yung makakasagot niyan. Pero if you're talking about yung sa visa application niyo po, you can choose any program you wanted. Ang magiging ano lang natin dyan is on how you plan to justify the program. Choosing a program must be career-wise. And of course, kailangan nyo siyang ma-justify sa visa officer. So, in terms for the admission requirements, you may check yung website ng Niagara College Toronto. But yeah,
yes,
you can also reach out to Miss Maria as well.
Yeah, we can accept as long as the applicant has a bachelor degree, then they can apply for a certain program because this is a postgrad certificate programs. Okay, so as long as they have a bachelor degree, then they can apply.
Okay, there's a question for maritime related course or certificate available. Unfortunately, business programs and hospitality programs yung offered ni Niagara College Toronto, but we can check other schools and provinces depende doon sa preference niyo po. Okay, how much funds are needed for family application? For family, ang kailangan lang natin dyan is yung sa 1 year na financial requirement, which is it consists ng so 1 year tuition fee plus 1 year living expenses niyo po. So let's say average tuition fee sa Niagara College Toronto is 16,000 Canadian dollars plus yung living expenses nung sa principal applicant or ng student, which is 10,000 Canadian dollars. And then spouse, that's 4,000 Canadian dollars. Tapos yung sa kids, that's 3,000 each po. So from there, yun na yung sa financial requirement for the 1 year. Okay. How much is Gateway to Canada's processing fee or professional fee in processing the student permit? Okay. Mas maganda po makipag-coordinate kayo sa inyong case manager. If you haven't or hindi pala pa kayong case manager na assign, please check our website. That's www.gatewaytocanada.com, and then you can take your free online assessment from there. And then once na may fill out nyo po yun, may ma-receive na kayong email from us, and then may ma-assign na po sa inyo na case manager to explain yung sa ating packages na pwede nyong i-avail. And of course, to ma-assess na rin po kayo kung saan kayo magka-qualify na pathway for Canada.
Tian, I would like to inform everyone then, sorry, I forgot to mention earlier, if there are applicants here that's very interested, we are having a very good promo sa ating tuition fee. So instead of paying yung 8,000 na one semester to apply for your visa, we are now only accepting 2,500 deposit Canadian dollar. Okay, so kung hindi pa kayo ready kaagad na i-provide yung ganun kalaking pera, it will give you a big advantage kasi 2,500 lang muna yung nare-require. 2,500 Canadian dollar again instead of 8,000 Canadian dollar.
Okay, thanks for that, Ms. Maria. Next question is, wait. Okay. Do you offer early childhood education course or educational assistant for international students? I guess this program is offered sa main campus sa Niagara College. So yeah, you may also check their website or feel free to send an email sa amin or coordinate lang kayo sa inyong assigned case manager po if you want to process na yung sa admission niyo po. Okay, I'm interested sa ibang school like Lethbridge College or University of Lethbridge in Alberta. Is your support not limited to the school you promote? Okay, actually, we process po kahit saang school sa Canada na preferred noong sa student. As long as, of course, aware sa student kung ito ay PGWP eligible school or hindi. But of course, we want na, or we also support students na maging PR sa Canada. The reason why we suggest to study sa mga PGWP schools. So in that po, yes, we do process kahit saan na school sa Canada. As long as ang pag-process po kasi namin is based doon sa preference noong mag-aaral po. Okay, there's a question scenario. I graduated BSIT last 2009 and never really practiced. Is this a very good scenario to be approved for a different program? Again, it will depend po doon sa inyong mapipiling program, and of course, depende doon sa inyong profile. So like for the activities nyo for the past years, kung hindi nyo na-practice yung inyong bachelor's degree. So ang pag-ano po niyan is magpo-fall down lang yan kung paano nyo mag-justify yung program, paano kayo matutulungan ng program na yon career-wise. So yan po. Okay, when will the admission open if we choose September 22 as intake? Miss Maria, for
and for the September 22 intake, you can submit your application na. Pwede na tayo dyan, no? But you just need to wait muna ng mga couple of weeks or 3 weeks, I think, because ang priority ngayon is yung mga mauna mo ng intake, which is the January and the May 2022 intake. So if 2022, walang problema, you can submit your application na po. We're accepting na.
Okay, thanks for that, Miss Maria. Ang next question po natin is, does Niagara College Toronto offer postgraduate program in accountancy? Miss Maria?
Not accountancy, but international business management, which is a very good program then. Kung ang background ninyo is accounting in the Philippines, then I highly suggest you take international business management.
Okay, there's a question, until when is the promo po? I think this is for the tuition deposit, Miss Maria.
Yeah, the tuition deposit is probably, I think, until end of September. Okay, so that's the promo for the 2005. I mean, if your goal is in January 2022 to apply, you still have to, kasi i-anticipate niyo yung time ng visa application ninyo. Okay, so you need to at least count based on, this is, you know, on my other student, it could take up to 3 months. I don't know about how about you, Tin, for the visa application, right? Sometimes it takes up to 3 to 4 months, correct?
Nowadays po, within 2 months, minsan nagkakaroon ng delay. So, kaya 2 to 3 months
2
yung
to 3
ano.
months. So, exactly. So, if your goal is January 2022 intake, then kung ang amin namang promo until September, then habol pa kayo. Okay, so between now and until end of September, you can pay the 2,500. So, you can still apply for your visa for the January 2022 intake, then that would be still good enough.
Okay. Wait, I'll just gonna scan through yung sa mga questions natin. Okay, there's a question, do we need to pay the full tuition fee before flying to Canada, or 2,500 will be enough prior flying to Canada? When are we required to pay the balance 5,800? I think this is in terms for the visa.
Yeah. After you get your visa, of course, before you start your class in Canada, lahat ng school, they are requiring, hindi lang po kami, to at least settle the 1 semester payment. So my answer to that is, before you start your school or your intake in Canada, then you need to settle that. Okay, so at least naka-apply kayo ng visa 2.5 lang, and then assured kayo you get your visa already, then that's the time that you need to settle the rest of the balance. Okay?
Okay, and just to add po, of course, if we're planning to apply for study visa application, we still really recommend to settle yung sa 1-year tuition fee, avail ng GIC for the living expenses to increase chances ng sa visa application. Pero of course, is still discretion pa rin ng applicant kung gusto niyang bayaran yung half ng semester ng tuition fee niya or 1 year.
That's correct. Yun yung kasi it matters talaga in terms of the visa application. Sabi ko nga, at least kung masettle ninyo yung 1 semester is malaking factor yan. Kasi at the end of the day, we need a visa. Okay, so for example, kung ang ating intake ngayon is January 2022, ang ating deadline nakalagay sa letter of acceptance ninyo is October. Okay, so nasa August pa lang tayo ngayon. Okay, so hindi pa ready ang money nyo. Let's say end of September pa ma-ready ang money, but kayang bayaran ang 2.5. You pay the 2.5, then before the end of the, yung deadline ng LOA, or before the submit nila tin for the visa application, i-lodge yung application nyo, then as much as possible, you settle the payment. Okay? Para mas mataas nga yung chance ninyo.
Okay, next question, follow-up question for September 2022 intake. When is the latest we can submit requirements and tuition fee?
So, ayun yun. Yung parang na rin nasagot na yun. Sa tuition fee natin, again, there's a deadline. And kung gusto ninyo na pag hindi pa nga ready ang money, you can settle to 5, but make sure at least of course, sila din ang mag-a-arrange yan kasi depende rin po sa profile natin yan. Kung ang case natin is nakita naman na yung group of funds natin is really, really good enough and talagang kaya natin, then I think you can do the 2.5. But kung medyo so-so tayo, para mas mataas yung chance natin, alam na po nila din yan kung paano nila i-assess. So my answer to that is, depende yan sa taong nag-a-apply. Kung paano nila i-gauge at ano yung right advice na ibibigay nila sa inyo, you need to follow them because sila po yung expert in terms of the visa application. Okay?
Okay, next question is, can we get the contact details to whom we shall coordinate with this program? Very interested po. Okay, yeah. This is our, yung nakikita niyo po sa link, yung sign-up form, yun yung question regarding kanina doon sa our processing fee. So, mag-sign up lang po kayo dyan. Pero of course, dapat nakapag-take muna kayo ng online assessment na nakausap nyo na yun sa case managers namin. And then from there, doon nyo po malalaman yung details, lahat ng fees na included for the visa application po. Hindi lang yung sa fees nung sa amin. And then regarding doon sa question, shall coordinate with the program, email nyo lang po kami at admission@gatewaytocanada.com with your updated resume, and then from there, we will assess kung anong program seems suitable sa inyo, of course, based on sa preferences nyo. And then if you want to apply for Niagara College Toronto, pwede na rin natin siyang isubmit as soon as na ma-complete nyo po yung inyong admission documents. Okay. I'm currently studying civil engineering. There is a possibility to shift my course in a business at may possible ba na mabawasan ang accredited subject ko? Ms. Maria, regarding accreditation of their units or credits earned here in the Philippines.
Sorry, tingin ano ulit yun? Kulang ang units niya?
Ano po, if may high credit daw po from...
No, wala. They don't do that in any, in any way in Canada. Ang ating education here is di siya credited. Okay? Ang transfer of credit lang should be from Canadian institution to another Canadian institution. For example, matapos kayo sa Niagara College, then you want to pursue into more higher education, and then nag-apply kayo sa mga university, then there is a transfer of credit. But yung in terms of credit from the education natin to the Philippines to the Canadian education, no, wala po.
Okay, there's a question. My son is the applicant. Soon, a hotel restaurant graduate in the Philippines is still single. He might get the hospitality and tourism management. Can I go with him? I'm the mother and if the person to work. Okay. If yung applicant po na mag-study is single, he cannot declare any dependents po kasi yung kanyang status is of course single, and then the parent po na gustong sumama sa kanya shall apply for other visa, like let's say tourist. So yun po, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-declare na accompanying dependent lalo na kung single po. Can I refund the entire tuition fee if my visa did not get approved? Miss Maria?
Yes. Yes, and hindi po yung full as in full. Okay, meron siyang bawas na about 200 Canadian dollar kasi yun po yun for the parang admin fees. Okay, but everything ma-refund po ninyo aside from that.
Okay, just confirming, certificate courses are those who graduated any business course, right? Okay, yes po, yung mga graduate programs po natin, yun yung mga eligible for, may mga bachelor's degree na dito na nakuha sa Philippines. Which is yun yung pinaka-highly recommended for them or para po sa inyo. Assuming I'm done with my one-year program in International Business Management in Niagara College and I opted to pursue the 1+1 program, does the school offer other business-related programs in Toronto branch? Miss Maria?
For example, kung ang program ninyo is international business management, for example, right? And you want to take another program in Canada. So the option that you have is either human resources or hospitality and tourism, which is very much okay. Kahit hindi yan business related, then it will give you an advantage in a sense that you will going to get two Canadian qualification. Okay? So kung second program nyo, you take human resources management, it's a very good option kasi sabi ko nga, napakataas ng salary pag natapos nyo yung qualification na yan sa Canada. So you technically, ang nangyari sa inyo, you get two qualification, you get qualification for international business, and then nakakuha ka pa ng another qualification for human resources management. So mas malaki ang advantage sa inyo in the future in terms of the job opportunity kasi double qualifications kayo.
Okay, thanks for that, Miss Maria. Next question. I'm planning to take ECE, but worried that the visa officer might see the ECE program as a downgrade on my end. I want to ask for your opinion since I'm an elementary teacher for 14 years. Will taking the early childhood education program will not be a downgrade of my current profession as an elementary teacher? Okay, it will depend po, of course, sa inyong justification. We have clients na the take yung sa ECE program na na-justify naman nila yung kanilang program given the profession na elementary teachers po sila. So
that's true. Yeah. Based on experience as well, yes.
Hindi po siya technically magiging downgrade as long as doon sa way ng justification wala kang mata-downgrade or wala magiging cost ng redundant doon sa program na kukunin na sa Canada.
Yeah, that's true. So in that sense, I highly suggest for you to submit your resume to TEEN or to Proactive Team because we have that program in our main campus, in the Welland campus.
Okay, next question. Based on your experience, what's the percentage of student visa applicants fail to get approved out of applicants you handled? Okay, actually, for September 2021, there's still ongoing pa rin yung pag-receive namin ng mga visa results. So, I haven't checked lang yung latest update. But mostly, yeah, I can't give pa yung final. Pero, ang masasabi ko lang po, if in case yung, it will depend doon sa justification ng program. Kasi yun talaga yung pinaka-heart nung sa visa application na kailangan natin ma-convince yung visa officer kung paano yung magiging approach noong sa iyong application. And then of course, depende rin yan, hindi lang yan magde-depend sa funds, sa study plan, mag-ano rin yan doon sa profile ng mismong applicant. Kung makikita ba talaga yung program is talagang career-wise. So for now, hindi pa ako makapag-give ng final percentage, of course, kasi ongoing pa po yung aming visa results na nare-receive. Pero so far, mga positive na feedback naman po yung mga nare-receive namin. Okay, in the 1+1 programs to study, can I avail my 1-year PGWP first before going back to the school to take the other program? Okay, unfortunately, PGWP, i-apply lang to once and cannot be applied twice. So kung ang plan talaga is to take 2-year program, I suggest to take that continuously. Pero kung ang plan lang is to apply only for 1 year na study, so 1 year lang din yung maximum or minimum na makukuha mo na postgraduate work permit since yun yung same duration noong nakuha mong program. So yung PGWP natin, isang beses lang po ito ina-apply. Kaya kailangan mag-decide si student kung ang target niya ba talaga is 2 years or 1 year lang po.
That's very correct. Dapat ganun yun. So kailangan mag-decide kayo kaagad if you want to continue for the second program. It's either yan. Either you want to continue. If you don't want, then that's the time to apply for the PGWP. Again, if you think that you still need it, kasi pagdating nyo dun, kayo lang naman ang makaka-assess ng situation nyo, right? We'll never know. It's in the future. So we'll never know what's opportunity will gonna come to you or if you still need it. But again, ang kailangan nyo lang tandaan, one-time application lang po ang PGWP. You cannot apply PGWP, then come back and study again. It's not gonna work like that po.
Okay. Next question, follow-up question. Your answer for me is to apply for a tourist visa if ever I have the visa purpose to go with him for me to apply for a job to support him in his studies? Can I have a job if my visa is tourist? Okay. Unfortunately, yung na-mention ko po kasi kanina to apply as tourist because we have cases na gusto nilang samahan yung anak nila since, let's say, first time na magta-travel abroad, lahat first time. So they want to assist na makapag-settle yung anak nila sa Canada. The reason why they are also applying for tourist visa. But remember na if you're applying for tourist visa, you want or kailangan natin mapakita sa visa officer na purely for leisure yung purpose noong iyong travel. Not, of course, na hindi natin siya pwedeng sabihin na mag-work kayo sa Canada because that's a different application to apply na kung work yung target talaga. Kasi kung work, kailangan natin magkaroon ng job offer or LAMIA from an employer sa Canada po. So for my question, for my answer po for this one, dapat ang purpose is purely for leisure. So for now, sa September 9 pa lang, or this coming September 9, mag-open yung borders for the travel. So yung mga application for tourists, kasi before hindi siya talaga priority. So ngayon mag-open pa lang ulit sila. Okay, what is the earliest I can apply for the May 2022 intake? I think open na yung firm
Yes.
Niagara College, Toronto. Yes, ma'am?
You can apply as soon as possible. Okay, kasi it will, hindi naman din pag nag-apply kayo, okay, yan na kaagad, no? Sabi ko nga, ang visa time pa lang 2 to 3 months, documentation. But what if ang dami nyo pa palang kulang na documents? So, my answer to that, as soon as possible, you can apply. Para at least mabigay nyo na lahat ng kailangan ninyo. So, before the intake, ready na kayo. Okay, hindi kayo ma-pressure na, oy, may na, ang bilis ng panahon, hindi pa tapos ang visa application ninyo.
Okay. Next question. Currently on board as a chief engineer position, is there any related courses that Niagara College can offer to upgrade? Okay. It will depend po doon sa inyong profile. Kasi doon talaga tayo magbe-base doon sa inyong duties and responsibilities as chief engineer. Kung kasi may mga chief engineer na minsan may role sila as managerial na related sa business. So you can somehow consider international business or human resource na graduate certificate. So it will depend po doon sa ating profile pa rin. We are not basing doon sa pagkuha ng program sa inyong work experience lang or doon sa inyong educational background. We're assessing it as a whole kung saan yung mas malaki yung chances na mas ma-justify ng student yung kanyang kukuning program po. Okay. So far, baka may mga, wait, I'll just gonna check sa Facebook. Okay. There's a question, is there's an age limit po ba in applying for study visa application? Wala po tayong age limit sa pag-apply for study visa, but of course, ang mag-aano lang dyan or yung it will fall under kung paano magiging career-wise yung kukunin yung program na magbe-benefit once na bumalik kayo dito sa Philippines at your age, and then of course, yung kung paano siya magiging upgrade sa inyong credentials din or doon sa inyong profile in general. Okay, I think we already addressed other questions like sa funds, sa programs. Miss Maria, baka po may mga other questions or concerns kayo or gusto yung message sa ating mga viewers po or sa ating attendees?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you everyone for joining us this morning in this webinar with Proactive. Again, I know it's a Saturday morning and you gave your time to us, listening about this amazing opportunity. Again, pag-isipan nating mabuti because it's a very, very good opportunity. This is an opportunity that can change your life forever. So if you have more questions or I highly suggest everyone to submit your resume for assessment to team and the team so they can give you the right advice because it depends on our circumstances po. And hopefully see all of you in Niagara College, Toronto soon. Thank you so much for your time and have a good day.
Thanks for that, Miss Maria. Thank you for accepting our invitation as always. And of course, to our attendees, if you have any questions right after this webinar, please feel free to book an appointment to your assigned case manager. The link is in your screen. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's a pahabol question lang po, Miss Maria, regarding sa ating okay, wait. Yung days ng pasok and hours or schedule ng students. They want to have an idea po.
Sorry?
They want to have an idea sa class schedule ng students.
Yung class schedule po kasi yan, bibigay yan before po mag-start ang intake ninyo. Okay, so hindi po siya kaagad binibigay, but yung mga important dates, schedules, and everything sa bawat intakes, nasa website po namin. Okay, so just go to niagaracollegetoronto.ca, andun lahat yung mga important dates. Sa schedule again, depends on your intake, ibibigay po yan sa inyo before mag-start ang class. So ibig sabihin, settled na kayo lahat, and you just need to come to Canada para mag-start na, may visa na kayo, then you will get the schedule po. But just to give you an idea, pasok lang po sa school in a week 2 to 3 days lang. Could be 3 to 5 hours. So hindi po siya full weeks. Do not worry.
Okay, thanks for that, Miss Maria. So
thank you.
So far, na-address naman natin yung mga questions and concerns. But if may mga pahabol pa or mga gusto pa kayong questions after ng webinar, book lang po kayo ng appointment para at least ma-address po natin yan para makapag-decide na kayo either to push through your application po. Okay. From that, I thank everyone from joining us this Saturday morning and have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.